Alrighty, hey students. This Wacky Wednesday, I figured I'd show you some things that you can do on Noteflight. Write out a lot of music, and then I'll show you how to do some basic stuff. And if you guys have more questions, you can always just email me or get on Google Classroom, and I can answer those questions too. There's also a help center up on the top right. So right now we're on the home page. Depending on how much you've written, there will be a list of songs that you've done. If you haven't written anything, then you won't have anything on there. But why don't we go ahead and start with just some songs that I've wrote for my own band. My own band is called Lucky Cousin. It's for 2 saxophones, a trombone, a trumpet, tuba, and drums. We're a New Orleans brass band, but we'll play a lot of pop songs. So sometimes I'll get an idea for a pop song that we can play, and like, I was messing around with this. I didn't know what to do with it. This is Hotel California. It might sound kind of familiar. Example. So don't really know what to do with that. I don't know where to go with it, so I just kind of put it on hold, and I do that with a lot of songs, and maybe I get a good idea and I can actually finish it. Where's a song that I finished? Oh, this one I finished. So some of you guys have played Tetris. I used to play it a lot on that old first Game Boy that came out when I was a kid. It looked like a giant gray brick. So that song's always kind of been in my head, and I wanted to do a band version of it, a brass band version, so I came up with this. After that, it goes into a bunch of improv solos. And for those of you that go into jazz band in high school, you'll find out what improv solos go into. But yeah, it goes into that. So that's a little example of some songs that you can get to writing. But let's go ahead and stop looking at my stuff and let's look at making a song. So right up there, I did that a little quick. Right up there, we have a create plus sign. And I have a subscription that I paid for, so it'll probably look a little different than yours, but generally you can pick what kind of group you want. I'll just let's just start with a blank score. That's probably what your guys's will end up with. So here's our song. It started with piano. I can tell because pianos always have 2 parts. They have the treble clef and the bass clef on top of each other because piano players play with 2 hands, so that usually the right hand's on top, left hand's on bottom. You can put the title of your song, so we'll call it Wacky Wednesday. You can put the composer, and then you can get started. So I know, first off, I don't really want to play or write a part for piano. I want to do something band-wise. So you can change what instruments you have by going up here to where it says parts. You can click on that. Let's add something we know. I thought about doing a woodwind. Let's do a flute. So now we have piano and flute. And you can keep adding pretty much to your heart's content. I'm going to add some more parts. Let's do vocal. Well, let's do a soprano voice. So that's a high singing girl, generally sings soprano. Let's do baritone. And I don't really want that piano, so I can go ahead and hit the trash can. That'll get rid of it. And you can do stuff like right here, you can get rid of it showing it if you don't want that to be right there and right then. And like I said, you can just keep adding more and more instruments. Let's add a snare, marching band snare. And now we can write on any of these lines. So we'll start with this little small one. You might have noticed it looks different, how it's laid out, than my last song. And I do not like to write in this mode. That's on page view. You can click on that. And I use the second one. It's called strip view. Oops, that's not the one. It's acting kind of funny. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So how do we write notes? Well, first off, duration is the type of rhythm that we use. So if we want to write a note, we just click on the staff where we want it. So I wrote a C for flute. And if you don't like what you wrote, you can always change it. Turn it into an eighth note, 16th note, half note, whole note. So you put in your note first. I don't want a half note, so I can change it to a quarter note. Let's make that an eighth note. And then. Now, if I want to hear back what I played, I can do that. We just go up here to the top left and press play. Hey, we're off to a good start. If I want to change how fast it is, whoa, messed up. Here's a good way to fix this. Sometimes I accidentally mess up like that. Control Z is your best friend. So I'm going to hold Control, press Z, and that undoes what you did last. So if you made a mistake, whoops, I didn't want to do that, hold Control, and then Z, it goes away. All right, so I want to change the tempo. So what we have to do is we actually have to highlight the whole thing to change the tempo. It's kind of silly. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'm holding Shift, and I can highlight all of it. There we go. And we hold Shift just like that. Now, let me see if I can remember how to do this. I think we go to tempo, and there we go. We can change what we want. So maybe we want it slow. We'll change it to 60 beats per minute and see how that ends up. Aha. Cool, cool. What are some other things we can do? Well, we can add in other instruments. Let's do the same thing, but I'm going to go up. Change that to a quarter note, some eighth notes. Whoop, too far. So I went too far. I can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to make it go up and down. And that'd be much easier than me pressing Control Z and then re-clicking. So I just went a little bit too high. I'm going to use the arrow key down. Aha. And let's put that up there and end up, see how it ended up. Cool, cool. What about baritone? Let's do something similar too. I'm just guessing. I think I know how it'll end up sounding like. Whoop. All right, here we go. Not bad. I made a classic mistake. I put that as a C, thinking it'd be the same thing, but bass clef is different. That's actually an E. The reason being, well, it's not a good reason, but bass clef is just different. We'll just say that right there. If you're used to treble clef, you have to, when you put down a note, it's actually 2 notes higher. So it ends up being an E instead of a C. If you're used to bass clef and you put treble clef down, that's the exact opposite. It's 2 of them the opposite way. But I'll let you guys experiment with that so this video doesn't get too long. We can try some other things